Brothers and sisters, thanks for joining me. Hey, today I want to talk about the Second Amendment and a story that came out from Christmas Day in Houston. So, this is in the Eyewitness News 13, the local ABC affiliate, under the juvenile crime section. Three boys shot by man they reportedly tried to rob at gunpoint in Northwest Harris County, deputies say. Wow, it's crazy. Looks like they've got some video here. Let's watch it.
It's a shocking incident all around on Christmas night. Three young boys, just 12 to 15 years old, allegedly trying to rob a man at gunpoint. He had his own gun and shot all three of them. It happened at an apartment complex on North Houston Roslyn Road near Smilingwood in Northwest Harris County. Here's ABC 13's Shannon Ryan.
We're told the youngest boy, who was just 12 years old, may not survive. Having been shot multiple times, the two older boys, they are expected to survive. As for the shooter, we're told he's pretty young himself. His girlfriend says he's just 25 years old and incredibly upset.
It's really sad, is what it is. In a word, it's really sad.
It's the only word Bruce Bailey has to describe it.
That'll take you back right there. That'll make you want to reevaluate some things. I mean, these are children. I can't call them toddlers, but these are kids.
Kids just 12 to 15 years old, now in the hospital, having reportedly been shot by Bailey's neighbor while trying to rob him at gunpoint Christmas evening.
Being that age, you're supposed to be with your family.
One of the police officers was trying to keep him, coherent and everything, and keep talking to him and everything. And she said, "Hey, what did you get for Christmas today?"
We spoke off camera with the girlfriend of the man who shot the three boys. She tells us she was asleep in the car as her boyfriend opened the door to carry her inside the apartment. The group surrounded them, each carrying a gun.
At that moment, you're thinking of your family and also protecting yourself.
The shooter's girlfriend told us the boys are so young. At first, her boyfriend thought the robbery was a prank.
If you're threatening my life, then it is what it is at that point.
And at this time, the shooter isn't facing any charges. His girlfriend tells us she saw at least four boys, so she believes one got away. Investigators believe there may have been as many as five. At the Texas Medical Center with Shannon Ryan, ABC 13, Eyewitness News.
Yeah, so wow. 4 or 5 young boys, try to rob a couple who were just out, on their way home from a party. So let's see if the story adds anything else to it. Harris County, 3 boys, 12 to 15, are in the hospital having been shot. Investigators believe they attempted to rob him at gunpoint Christmas evening. It's crazy. The shooting happened at these apartments. ABC 13 spoke to the woman's girlfriend. The man was 25, who shot the 3 boys. They're coming home from a Christmas party. She'd fallen asleep. He was opening the door to carry her in when he was surrounded by 4 armed boys. He thought it was a prank because they were so young. One is 12 and he's in critical condition. One of the police officers tried to keep him coherent, asked what he got for Christmas. Being that age, they're supposed to be with your family, said one resident. Public information officer said the 25-year-old cooperated and at this time is not facing any charges. So yeah, hopefully not. Luckily for the young man who did the shooting and defended himself, the victim in this case, he was in Texas and he wasn't in the UK and he wasn't in someplace like New York or California. All these places he probably would have been charged with shooting 3 juveniles. But luckily, in Texas, we do actually believe in the Second Amendment in the Constitution, the right to bear arms. The founding fathers felt it was important that people have the right to defend themselves. And I agree with them. I think it is important. Everyone should have the right to defend themselves. Bad people will always find a way to do bad things. Disarming the population doesn't work. It's unfortunate that these 4 or 5 young men decided to F around. They sure enough found out. Hopefully none of them die. Hopefully this changes their path in life and they move away from a life of crime. Now, the story doesn't say if they were actual real guns or fake guns, but it doesn't matter. It's immaterial. It'll be interesting as a footnote to the story, but if you pull out a gun and try to rob somebody, you should expect to be shot by that person defending himself. And I don't really care if it's a real gun or a fake gun. If he thinks you have a real gun and a reasonable person would agree that under the circumstances that this person felt like his life was threatened by someone with a lethal weapon, I think he has a right to shoot in defense. And unfortunately, in America's litigious society, he'll probably end up getting sued, but at least he's alive. And for the people that say we should have waited for the police, we should have done something else, we don't know what might have happened. If those were real guns, kids don't think straight. They might have shot and killed him. They might have shot and killed or hurt his girlfriend. That wouldn't be right either. The same people who are going to say he shouldn't have shot them, and that wait for the police are likely to be the same people that would say we should have defunded the police because the police are all bad. So which way is it? If you don't like the state having, lethal force because they're bad, then you've got to defend yourself. But I don't agree that the police are bad. I just don't think they can get there in time to stop things like this. So people have to take responsibility for their own actions and for their own safety. And look at the UK. I think the UK is a great example. The UK disarmed the populace, and so what ended up happening? People started stabbing everybody, and there were lots of stabbing crimes. So what did they do? They made a new law, and now you can't have a small knife. And that's so ridiculous. There was a man, I think last year, who was charged with having a toy anime sword from like Zelda. I think it was plastic, but it was technically a knife and it was sharp. And he got charged with that for having that in public. No, that's not right. This is just a toy. And no, people should have the right to defend themselves. Now that they've made knife crime illegal, people are just going to do what the guy did in Germany. There's a doctor in Germany who got in his car and just ran a bunch of people over. So my point there is bad people will always do bad things, and they will always find tools to do bad things. And the good people should not be disarmed because the police can't be there all the time to protect them. That's not their job. So people need to take some responsibility for themselves. And yes, the Second Amendment, thank goodness we have that in America so that we do have the right to defend ourselves. All right, that's all I got. If you agree or disagree, comment, like, subscribe if you want to see more of my opinions, just my opinion. I'm not a lawyer. I don't play one on TV, but I feel we should have a right to self-defense. Thanks, guys. Bye.